The first topic, and I'm going to pull that up here on my screen while we are live, is going to be Apple versus Web3 and NFTs. If you didn't catch the news over the past week, essentially Apple has said, yes, we will allow apps, dApps on to the Apple platform, but they have to respect the fees that come along with all of the other apps, or at least all the rules that the other apps have to follow, the centralized applications, which includes a 30% fee on sales by the actual app itself. Now, this is the debate here. Like this, in one section, this is very good for the space. There's a lot of users, of course, on Apple and on that app store. But at the same time, we're used to a much lesser fee than you would see at 30%, right? OpenSea, I think, takes 2.5. The creator has a couple more percentage points there. So just want to get your guys' take. Let's go around the circle here, and I'll pull up the article as we go around. But Ronan, what were your initial thoughts here? Apple versus NFTs? Do you even see it that way? Is that like a adversarial thing?
So I think it's a step forward, right? Like before they were super against it. It was like strictly like no NFTs whatsoever. I feel like there were some projects that definitely figured out ways of getting around that or working in that system, whatever structure they had. And so I think like making the shift to, okay, let's support the economy, of NFTs and get our share makes sense. I'm still feeling super icky about 30%, and I think most people are. But what are you going to do? Right? Like, I don't know. Does anybody know, is Fortnite on Apple OS, or is that still an ongoing thing where like Epic's like, screw you, we're not
Pretty
paying
sure
30%.
Epic has their own. I'm pretty sure they have their own marketplace. Like a
I know
lot
they
of
have a
these
marketplace,
gaming
but
publishers
they were
have
pulled
their
off
own.
of Apple devices, right? Like they were on Apple devices for a while. I'm not sure if they're still on them
Yeah,
though.
I think it was because they were rejecting the fees, right? So I
Yeah.
actually don't know where that ended up. So like, if anybody in the chat wants to like, shoot us an update on where where that's at, I don't actually know. But I think it's obviously a contentious subject across, multiple industries and verticals, gaming being one, because there's so much transaction volume there that 30% is like massive. It's so much money. And it doesn't really make sense for a lot of businesses. I think like for this, I've got a lot to say on this, so like I don't want to take like an hour just like talking about this, but I think not a lot of other businesses are going to be able to get away with this. So like, while I don't love it, it's also Apple, and there's reasons why they're able to pull this shit off, which is that they have one of the most valuable communities, and the tech and the platform and all of that. It's all like a closed system. They have this walled garden and a bunch of really, really influential, high net worth individuals who are all spending a bunch of money with their credit cards already tapped in. It's like there's a reason why they can get away with this. I don't think a lot of other platforms can, right? So it's like I'm not super worried about this becoming like a standard, because the only reason anybody would accept paying these fees is because of the value that Apple's network brings with it. And so, it's not like they're attacking NFTs and saying like, hey,
Yeah.
we're instituting this new thing. This is par for course for any apps that are in the App Store, no matter what business you are. I don't think it doesn't directly impact artists, I think, in either a positive or a negative way, but I think indirectly it does. The positives being, obviously, this can be another key for mass adoption, for mass onboarding and introduction into the space. Obviously, again, it's a massive network of super highly engaged, tech savvy consumers and users that could get access in a much more streamlined and integrated way into the NFT ecosystem, be able to buy, sell, transact in a really seamless, good way, a good experience. So that has the potential to obviously help artists, but I don't think most artists are going to be wanting to or benefited by transacting through the App Store specifically. The App Store has a very specific way that they operate. They vet all of these different apps. They have to like check the code, and they have to be approved, et cetera. They have to be developed in a certain way. And then obviously the economics now tied to that have to be set up in a certain way. So like, I think this is much more bullish because it incentivizes development for people to be developing for Apple now. So I think that's what I see as like the most immediate outcome.
Yeah, there's a lot of talking points here, and Uncle, I'll get to you real quick, man. But the economic point that GiftEd was talking to, I think, is good to be broken down as well, right? Because what you have is like a situation where Apple wants to control the prices of the assets on these platforms, and that's like not how decentralized applications work. That's not how NFTs work. It's very open, decentralized marketplace based, and you can't you'll get some interesting, maybe even like arb opportunities. I don't want to go too far down that rabbit hole, but if a price stays stagnant on the Apple Store and the price increases or decreases on a decentralized exchange afterwards, although I think that's even breaking their terms and guidelines. Now that I think about it, like you probably can't even move that NFT off that platform. So is it therefore even an NFT? So there's all these other questions that come along with this, which is, it's a cool case study. So I'm interested to see like the first couple like big apps that come out here and utilize this platform. But go ahead, Uncle.
Well, I was going to say there is a workaround for this 30% fee. What companies have done is they set up a subscription base. So if you download this app, they ask you, do not buy it within the app. Go to our website. Go to our website, buy your subscription there, then go back to the app, insert your code, username, and password, and you'll save 30% on it. And this company also saves 30% as well. And so people have already found this workaround. I think what Apple is doing is just like, hey, we're providing you convenience through the best marketplace there is. And so some suckers will pay that 30% because it's just easier just to swipe my credit card or Apple Pay and do it there. But a lot of these apps have said like, yo, we will both save money if you just go to our website, sign up there, and then come back to the app with your username or your login confirmation code. And so there are ways to get around this, and it really is just Apple just being Apple. They can do what they want. You know, they can strong arm people in this 30%.
But I think one of the important parts that I kind of hit on, but you also expanded on there, Uncle, is that what this does potentially is increase the overall size of the pie, right? That's what's good about it, is that like, you know, you're bringing in new people for whatever reason, whether they're like, most of them aren't going to know that they're paying a 30%, you know, surcharge or tax on top of this. They don't know. They're just already participating in this environment. And Apple is now, you know, bringing potentially a lot more consumers and a lot more volume into the larger, you know, Web3 NFT ecosystem. So that big pie that we're all looking at, like, you know, how do we make it bigger? How do we get more people on? This is the type of thing that can increase the size of the overall pie.
Hey guys, it's Nifty Q. If you enjoyed that clip, you can catch me every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday on NFT Live with other respected leaders in the industry giving you their take on what's happening in NFTs and Web3. Links to the show are in the description. Hope to see you there.